Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm for Classic and welcome to BenchART. So for today what I do bring you in here, it is One Way Home. This is not a full version, not even close to it, and you might be wondering why I'm bringing this game into the channel since it's not released, so it doesn't make really too much sense to be benchmarking in the first place, right? But I've covered the first version of this game like a long time ago, and I was surprised that these guys kind of were able to release a new demo of the game that seems much better than the first game. The first game, or I mean the first demo, it was very generic. It seems a lot like Inside, and the gameplay was very choppy and weird. It is still very choppy, let's be honest, but there is a ton new of ideas being implemented in this game. Visually, it looks so much better, so much more completed. It's not about the effects or stuff like that. It just feels more cohesive. There is much more atmosphere into the game and a different idea, different sets of ideas in between the first game and I mean the first demo and the second demo, and that's why I'm bringing this to the channel, because I just covered the first one and it would feel wrong to not cover the second demo. So as the benchmark section, I must say that One Way Home runs excellently well on the GTX 1650 Super at its low settings. Alright, by using low settings, you are able to get 60 frames per second for the most part, not entirely. Cutscenes and close up with depth of field and stuff like that, it just runs below than 60 frames per second, but gameplay wise moments it just runs above 60. The game surprisingly have a shader compilation pass at the first boot of the game, which gets rid of some stuttering, but many other stuttering it is still happening, unfortunately. But it does work well, and this is quite good for the 1650. Keep in mind that this game it is using Unreal Engine 5.4, so this is an Unreal Engine 5 title, and we are able to run it with the low settings. And let me tell you, the low settings, it does look really good. Of course, there is a lot of sacrifices in place in here, like the shadow quality and the lightning quality. As you can see, the volumetric lights are very blocky, but for the most part you retain the entire art style of the game, even at playing at the low settings. So it does feel cool. The game have its planned release for 2026. I believe this is an optimistic release date in my opinion. But essentially, yeah, it will definitely run unless they do change a lot of the graphics pipeline of the game. As for the other settings, I decided to try the game at medium settings, and it just runs below 60 for the most part. It runs in between 40 to 60. And as for the eye settings, I did try it a little bit, and it was over 30 frames per second, but suddenly out of nowhere, we do run out of VRAM, and we just get the typical out of VRAM performance. So I just dropped out of nowhere to 20 frames per second with no explanation. So yeah, that's VRAM for you. So my recommended setting for this game, if this eventually will come out and if it doesn't change much, it is the low settings, because it does look really good and it's excellent. But it's just about that. But I mean, I just want to talk a little bit about the game. I might be doing a live stream later in another day about this demo. I really want to cover it out. There is a Steam page on the description of this video in case you want to add this game to your wish lists. And it seems like this game offers like different paths. The stories show to you as the Ukrainian stories, and there will be companions apparently. This demo that was exclusive for content creators, it takes about 40 to 50 minutes. That's why I want to do a live stream. I want to cover it all. There will be Steam. There is Steam Deck support. The full version they are planning it to release for the PC, the PlayStation, the Xbox, Nintendo, probably Switch too. I'm not seeing this running on Switch One. They don't really specify. And yeah, Steam Deck, they planned for 8 to 14 hours, and their preliminary release date is 2026. The CyberRed Games, the team behind this game, it is a small team of 7 people that apparently did work in a lot of titles that I don't know, but there are some big titles in here like World of Tanks and War Robots and Survival Among Zombies, but I think there is Helheim too and Disney. So it seems like some of the people are experienced in some way or another. This doesn't really mean anything. It just says that they have experience in the field, but it doesn't mean that they are good or bad. Just, just saying, okay. But I do enjoy about the atmosphere being in display in this game. And again, since I covered the first game, I felt like obliged to cover a little bit the second demo about it. So why not, right? So yeah, that's why I'm here. That's why I decided to do a video about this game. I just wanted to cover it out, and at least on the benchmark perspective, I'm actually very happy to see that there is Unreal Engine 5 games that we can run on the 1650 Super. Despite, yeah, it's a very indie title. It might not even be released. Who knows? Um, but still, as you can see, an indie developer team can do an indie game running above 60 frames per second on the 1650 Super while retaining most of its core visual. This is very good news. And so, what's the objective behind this demo, you might think? Apparently, they are looking for funding to make the final version of the game. They want people to wishlist their game. Apparently, this is something that it is very important to them. And I'm not sure if they are looking for a publisher or something. I think they are trying to grab attention from the publishers, maybe, or just have a good amount of people with wish lists, because they might think that people, just because they have their game on the wish list, people will buy immediately. Let me tell you that that's not how it happens. So I hope they do realize that, though. But I'm assuming that they are looking for a publisher or something to support the rest of the development of the game. That's what I'm thinking about. They didn't mention it. Keep that in mind. But I do think that's really the case, that it is happening in here. And so they decided to release a demo with their ideas, and they provided keys for content creators like me to show off a little bit about the game. I do enjoy it, to be honest. It's like Inside, it's like Limbo and other games, or Little Nightmares. Yeah, it's true, but it has different ideas. In my opinions, they try to do something different with it, and it seems that the ideas are cool. But yeah, it's a lot in. It's very in the very big rough state. It's true, but still, it's surprising at the same time what they did accomplish. Alright, so I think that's all that I want to talk about it, and let me just tell you that the soundtrack at the end of this video is really amazing. So I will try to look it up for what song they are using. I really like this type of depressing music, and they really put it in here, and it really nails the atmosphere. I think the atmosphere is really the best part of this game. So guys, I think that's all. Guys, hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
Oh, that was loud. Strange that no one's around. was that black thing? Looks like there's more than one road. Which one should I take?